Iron Man. You'd think as an '05 people would just have it figured out around here about my orders, but we'll see how the probability and motion worked out.
So
That's a joke about, well, again, Zelensky is the Iron Man. What can you do? Russia wins, great. Ukraine wins, fantastic. What do we do with Zelensky? Shoot him in the moon? No, probably not in town. You would still have to drop a press secretary like this down in the stone mill like Nancy Pelosi, or out there on the Arctic Circle with Murray.
White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki somehow claiming that Joe Biden has rallied the world.
So what do you do? It's like, well, the game in itself, photoelectric effect, is I could hit you a bunch of different psychologists, you hit those indexes on there, but as far as leading, that's what it is. This is when you say Ukrainian President Zelensky has true Congress leadership, Representative Jordan's, well, we'll see how she's playing the liberals in the middle, usually catch everybody for doing dumb stuff, and that's about where the bandwidth is, and you're checking the operator up, down, down, up, and down, down.
It's the brilliance of Joe Biden's presidency right now.
Acting, unacting,
well, I don't know if he's rallied or the
unacting,
brilliance
or something.
Of, yeah, you can
depends on who you are, what you're doing.
You want. What I do know is
at any rate, if it wouldn't be off that line inside here to, I don't care. This is what that is. Shangri-La's banging around out there. Saws are ball. Somebody's got a chainsaw. You're tearing it down for the Demon Corps in terms of the administrator whispering something in your ear about predicting your death. The GOO 1/8 field theory numbers in terms of the good stuff. The good stuff here. And Mandalovian or this inside of the system hit Fox News, the graphics of the black body problem, abuse and responses, in terms of what you really have. Obviously, we can paint the ZBrush clay monster for Batman to beat the shit out of, but not everybody can do that. Some people are the Shirk style where I'll cut you up. That's what it is inside here in terms of the timelines.
It is.
That's the way that goes. Now, inside here, I have a big issue about how that played across on maps for Nobel in terms of house rockets and, well, what do we have over there? Israel sending one into it, and what happened? Next thing you know, up in the helicopter with a bunch of money out the door, does it seem like the efficient standards of Murphy's Law diversified consistency and diminishing return? Probably not in the end of this committee meeting. Well, I smoke everybody in here. First day?
Blankets, and President Trump gave them javelin missiles, and so, yeah, it would have been nice too, frankly, if maybe that 85 billion.
Good thing is in the middle. I teach you the methodology. You're not going to weld a damn thing to this. You're not going to fucking add a goddamn thing to it. You're not going to tear down a fucking statue in my house
what they're doing is truly
without that fucking marshmallow report about what happens next.
The energy situation, when you make poor decisions.
So there's things about your legal standards, you're saying they do a method stuff, you got those goddamn photoelectric effects, let's see it, because I'll be happy to whip them out there for you. It doesn't matter who the fuck it is, that's a number, Bernoulli. Field theories like dragging down there, well, it's probably an action or spooky distance, along with the hurricane forecasting.
You mentioned the European response. I mean, President Trump ruffled their feathers quite a bit by trying to tell them to, step up to their obligations.
With that said,
should Putin decide to go further,
the propaganda they can go into the difference of the National Guard and 20,000 SCP fucking personnel inside of there, but the differential of the real team inside of the Continental here, John Wick.
Then Chancellor Merkel, you got to do more. NATO
nothing. I don't know. Excise any debts on the contract for what it is beyond the great attractor, food, water, and shelter, and giving up that name on a burnt contract here. If you have to factor the debt differential and the reset button for Ben Eater and 3B out there, showing you where the key is to unlock Abel and Cain.
Joe Biden nominated.
Like I said, it's just a hacking programming system. These two right here, E0 to E1.
Well, I think it's another
Nimrod and
Arabella advisory.
You're going to be this team, that team, that team. You're going to be working for the Ottawa police inside of the system because that's your neighborhood inside of there about what the corn garden's doing.
Who was in the Durham filing, who was helping this whole process of framing President
Trump. It wouldn't matter who is, as long as the frameworks invert from that, you would say there's a YF over X, different angles on that system inside of there, and hopefully the best thing to do is that. Now, we obviously seen a few things in terms of leadership this morning. I got to post it out there, or I wasn't going to, because, again, when you don't have the photoelectric, I could care less about that model right there. It's either going to be this when the next person comes out here about tread docks described inside of here. It's either that model or whatever it is, pick it up and start.
You're right. Are there votes in the Senate to stop it?
I hope so. I really do.